welcome to Family We've Got Your Back. Take 2. Apparently I didn't push record, and so we did the whole episode, and I'm like, wait.
We did. It wasn't the whole episode.
We were on the last
like 23
thing.
minutes.
It was like, I'm not allowed to run the tech. I'm just saying, that's why Trent sets it up.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Oh, anyway, I was born before cell phones. Anyway. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of last week's episode where we talked about the study from the University of Nebraska, the Strong Families Project. And we went through the list of 4 things, and we have 2 more to talk about this week. And so today we celebrated our
two oldest
birthdays. They're within 2 weeks of each other, 24 and now almost 22. And so part of their birthday present is they go on a date with mom and dad, right? And so we decided to combine it so that we could, combine it and have a fun meal.
The more the merrier.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And also, it's my sister's birthday. We're celebrating as well in a couple days. And so, as sisters, we take each other out to lunch. And so, today was that day for my sister. And my sister-in-law, we consider her our sister too. She is giving... she has a lab, a golden retriever, and she bred her to a doodle, a golden doodle, a
poodle.
A poodle something. It's a poodle mix, but so that it's hypoallergenic, right? And she's like, I want to give a puppy, but when she's of age, I get her back for a little bit and she can breed and I can sell those puppies. And I'm thinking, no, right? Because it's not that I hate dogs. I like them in theory. I just don't like gross.
Most people don't
hair
like gross.
And licking
and the
waste products and taking care of those waste products and cleaning up after the nasty and getting my shoes chewed and my couch and my molding, and I'm just not a fan of the consequences of owning pets, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, nope, that's not for us. We don't have a fence. It would have to be indoors, and I'm against indoor pets, and yet it was, this dog is for you. And I thought, no. So for our son's 22nd birthday, we are getting him a dog. And why do I bring this up in relation to the 6 characteristics of a strong family? Characteristic 1, appreciation and affection. You need to show that. And sometimes to do that is a sacrifice. So it's the right thing for my son to have a dog, and so we're doing it.
Yeah.
And we shocked him so bad. He sat there. He kind of did. He went into a coma, and
he was having some kind of an episode or something.
We all went up to the kitchen for our salads from the salad bar, and he was just sitting there.
Mind blown.
It's like, and our daughter said, "Who are you and what have you done with my mother?" Right? It's like, what? How is this even a thing, right? I get to be a Chad, a total Chad for my kids, apparently. And in April, we're going to talk about what that means.
Chads.
Total Chads, apparently.
Not a hanging Chad. That's a different thing.
No, totally different thing.
Go Florida.
Nobody alive knows what that means anymore.
No.
Anyway, so the first one was appreciation and affection. The second one was commitment. You make promises and you keep them, right? Especially about staying together in your relationship. You're positive. Your communication is positive for the most part. You don't tear each other apart. You know how to communicate with each other, and you spend time together. And so that quality time comes out of the quantity of time that you spend together, and you choose to make that time you spend together benefit for you and your family, right?
Yeah.
And so now we've got this part 2. And so the first thing we're going to talk about on the item number 4 on this of these 6 characteristics is spiritual well-being. And for us, it's kind of number 1 because it's the center of our relationship about knowing it's your belief system about your place in the universe and understanding and knowing who you are. It doesn't have to be religious if you're not religious, but just the understanding that there is some type of spark in us that makes us kind of a higher being, the highest being on the planet, that separates us from the rest of the animals. We have more than just instincts that we can act on. This higher level of thought, that we have a soul, and what we do with that, right? And for a lot of people, it is not religious. And for a lot of people, that's their biggest question in life, right?
Yeah. Well, and it also, when you consider if you're religious, that's great. If you're not religious, you need to at least have commonalities as to what you believe is right and wrong. Because if you have a specific idea of what is acceptable in your house or with your relationships, and your other significant other does not have those, then it can be a real divisor, and it can tear you apart. Yeah,
if someone is religious and they want to go to church and take the children to church if they have them, and the other spouse is like, no way, not on your life, it really can cause a
tension
breakup
and
destruction of that relationship.
Yeah.
And for the most part, Trent and I have been on the same plane about our beliefs and what is important to us and our place in the universe,
and that's helped us weather so many storms.
Yeah, and because we're on the same page of that and our specific beliefs,
we can get through it.
When the hard things come, we're like, this is temporary, And whatever your belief system is, it's something that you need if you're contemplating a long-term permanent relationship. You need to communicate your belief system with that other person, and they need to communicate theirs with you, because it's a red flag. It's a deal breaker. It's if they are considerate of your beliefs and you're considerate of theirs, because if you cannot be considerate and respectful of each other who you are and where you're going and what's your place in life, right? If you can't be at least considerate of each other, of those beliefs, even if they are different, then how can you expect to travel the same path?
Yeah.
As that person, if they mock you for your beliefs, then it's just not the right person for you to be with, right? You gotta be aware of that type of the harm that it can do.
Right.
When you are not
dissension and
together, or at least considerate and respectful, right?
Right.
So it's kind of funny. So the first take of this, Trent was a lot more active and commenting.
I know.
And he's now in a food coma.
I am. I noticed that I was staring into blackness a second ago, and we're live, we're going.
We're talking. But I noticed, I'm like, oh, Trent, he's hit a wall. So we're not going to go too much longer because he's hit a wall and he's done. We've already done this before and you missed out. Sorry. Okay, and so that creating a community of similar beliefs, or even if it's not similar beliefs, but sharing of beliefs and understanding your place in the universe, and acting on those beliefs and acting in accordance with those beliefs. That's a measure of a strong family, that they can get that together, that aspect of their lives. They can handle that well. And so the next, the last thing that the study mentioned that strong families have in common is that they are able to manage stress and crises effectively. And my crisis lately has shown that Trent has matured greatly in the last several years, in that he was able to be there for me and support me in the way I needed, and not take it personally that I was having a hard time. And he really stepped up and was able to help me manage this crisis effectively and get past it, because now I am a functioning human again. And
yay!
It took a while, and because it felt like, I'm trucking along, I have momentum, I have future plans, and I hit a brick wall, and I basically got a concussion. And it took a while to recover from that. And I mean, not a real concussion, a figurative concussion. And it took a while to recover and heal from that experience. But I was able to, because I had the support of my family, and they were able to employ crisis management / stress management tools effectively, in that they were supportive and helpful, and we were able to get through this. And so the reason that this creates strong families is that if you aren't able to manage and grow from and thrive when hard things happen, I'm not saying every time, because that was painful. Those several months were very emotionally painful for me to, not have any purpose in life anymore. It's like my job was taken away, my dreams, my future plans for employment, and everything that I was working towards was taken away, and everything who I thought I was just smashed, and I was lost, right?
Well, and
and so how do you recover from that? How do you become something better and something else, right? And we were able to get through it because of these. We were able to figure it out and keep going and manage this stress and crisis.
Yeah. And I thought about this too, is having family involved in these crises. A lot of people want to take their kids away from the hardness.
Oh, shelter them. Yeah.
And that
does them a disservice.
It does. And so I grew up as a so my family, it seemed they had already figured out everything.
7 of 7 boys.
So
by the time you came around,
figured it out. So I don't know if they had. I'm sure they had stressors as a young family, and my dad going off. Well, my family having to move to go to grad school, and all this kind of stuff. So moves and young kids and stuff like that. By the time I came around, my oldest. The first time I can remember things, I already had teenage brothers. So I didn't.
By the time you were cognizant of a.
So patterns had already been established, expectations were already there, and I don't remember any. I don't remember any fight. I don't remember any overreaching consternations.
Well, your parents are pretty together already.
They are. There's no doubt about that.
But of course, they had stress.
There was probably some kind of learning curve, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was a learning curve. And he just didn't see it because it had already happened.
So it already happened, and so.
And we're not saying that no hard things happened to them after his birth. A lot of hard things happened.
Sure.
But they had learned how to manage those hard things so that they were able to grow from these things happen.
And any stressors that were there or whatever were managed by our family team, really.
Yes, you were.
And we were pretty close in most regards.
Yeah.
And that was a huge support, and it still is to this day.
Oh yeah.
It's like we go to our family parties and whatever, and it's really awesome.
It's an awesome experience. We really are very lucky.
And
it's not really luck. It's a lot of concerted, hard effort and understanding of who they want to be and acting in accordance with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are survivors. You know.
And so you can either foster that surviving by using these times for learning and teaching, or you can try to ignore it, which would be,
and that's crushing.
That would and that's not going to do any favors, because everybody's going to have hard times.
Yes.
And so
ignoring
accepting the difficulty of the situation and using your family in a positive, binding way, instead of a way to focus on the negative and the tearing apart way.
Right. So I don't know. You live and you learn, and hopefully, and I guess that's the point of that, is the managing stress and crisis. Is you live and you learn, and the people who cannot do that, who let the life crush them, their families fall apart.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess our advice is figure it out.
Figure it out.
So that you can stay a family, and
come together in those stressors.
Yes.
Okay. Don't try to avoid it.
Exactly. So and so our challenge for this week is actually centered around number 5, the spiritual well-being. Because if you don't understand your place in the universe and
what kind of legacy you want to leave,
or what you believe about your place in the universe, right? It really can tear apart your family, because, like we said earlier, it's the number one central thing that holds our family together is our belief system.
Yeah.
Right. So think about your belief system and your place in the universe, and consider what impact you want to have for the here and now. Like, what do you want to do today to have a positive impact on the universe, right? And what impact you want for the future, and after you're gone, what legacy do you want to have left?
Yeah.
Whether you're single or married and no children, or married with children and a progeny, what legacy do you want to leave with after you're gone? What good things do you want to come out of your life because of your understanding of your place in of what you believe? And, come on, food coma again.
I think you already said it. It's like, why are you even talking?
I don't know why I keep talking about it. My brain. We're done. Okay. So your challenge for this week: be what you believe. Right? Okay. Have a good week. And happy birthday to our kids and my sister and whoever else is having, and my dad also.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of birthdays. So anyway, happy birthday and have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.